What if you could harvest zucchini, lettuce, and kale for months longer in the same exact soil, the exact same space? Most gardeners quit the moment their crop slows down. That's a mistake. Miss this timing trick and you'll lose a whole season. I fix gardening problems using professional horticulture methods without wasting money on gimmicks. Like and subscribe. Let's get growing. Let's talk about something that is kind of awkward to talk about because we just don't talk about it an awful lot in the world of gardening. And that happens to be called succession planting or succession cropping. We say cropping because usually that's for larger areas. But succession planting is really kind of an interesting concept, and it's one that can be done for just about every kind of crop there is. And what succession planting really is that when a particular crop starts slowing down, you have planted the same exact thing right behind it. And what I mean by right behind it, I mean right behind its, not behind the plant literally, well sometimes it's literally behind the plant, but what happens is that when a plant starts growing and doing what it's supposed to be doing, then it's going to start dying off. Well, you have planted either a month or two before that, you've planted another seed or you planted another plant, so that when this one is done, this other one takes over. And typically, you could only do succession planting one time, depending on the variety and type of plant. Now, it's true that many of your plants, they don't want to be replanted in the same area over and over again. So we're not talking about doing this year after year after year in the same area. For instance, you can't plant tomatoes successfully in the same area year after year after year. You have to allow the soil to rest. You plant other crops in there, whether it be a vetch crop or something that's beans that are going to end up putting nutrients back into the soil. Many farmers, they'll take, after it dries out, they'll burn it, which puts in potash back into the soil. It's a real neat scientific kind of way of doing it. But anyway, on a homeowner level, we don't do it that way. What we do is that we just move the crop to a different part of the yard. So if you've got a favorite planter of yours, then you need to literally plant it someplace else because it will start to harbor disease. The soil can't support what it did the prior year. But succession planting doesn't do that. Succession planting is using the exact same soil for this exact same area. Let me give you an example. So let's just say, well, let's pick on, what can we pick on? We can pick on zucchini. That's a good one. Let's pick on zucchini. Okay, now zucchini can have a very long life or it can have a very short life depending on the variety that you have. So if you happen to have planted zucchini this month, usually in 60 days, up to 90 days, it'll start producing for you. And you're going to get all kinds of zucchini off of it. Well, when the plant starts getting tired and it's not as producing as much, that's when succession planting kicks in. So it's all about doing math. Let's say that you get a seed of some sort, let's pick on seeds for a second. If you get a seed of some sort that you do get the fruit in 90 days, or the vegetable in 90 days. Well, a month and a half to 2 months into it, you plant another vegetable, you plant the same seed in the ground. It could be, preferably it's right next to what you're growing now. And then when the older ones start dying off, this newer one is going to take its place. And then you'll end up pulling out the old plant and you let the new one take over. Isn't that kind of a fun idea? And then this way you have yourself a longer amount of fruit or vegetables coming your way. Now, it's possible to plant too late. If you plant too late, for instance, if you're in the middle of summer and you do your succession planting, and you've got yourself plants that need that heat, it's not going to work for you, or at least work very well. You may get a smaller crop, you may not get anything at all, but you just never know. So, I do a lot of succession planting with my leafy stuff, whether it be kale, whether it be lettuce, or it could be spinach. So when these crops are slowing down, like I said, slowing down, I've already planted something that is going to take its place. So it's a really neat way of continuing a crop. And lettuce, your leafy stuff, especially under protection, they can grow all year long. They're not limited to winter, spring, summer, and fall. Because lettuce, albeit, or cauliflower, for instance, it does great when the weather is colder. But there's varieties that will grow great in the summertime, but you do have to protect them. So certain plants, albeit, I mean, my mantra is planting in full sun, 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. 6 is on the shy side, 8 is great. And if you get more than that, it's even better. But if you're going to be planting things like leaf products, like your lettuce, like the kale, like the Brussels sprouts, like the broccoli, like the cauliflower, those right there are plants that, if it is planted in the full sun and you're getting more than 8 hours of sunlight and you've got this intense heat coming at you, cover the plants up. Take and put shade cloth up. That's going to be really, really a cool thing to do for the plants. They're going to enjoy that. It keeps them cooler, and the afternoon sun doesn't pound on them. So you are continuing this type of crop. Now, I beg you, as I mentioned earlier, succession planting does not mean keeping that lettuce growing year after year after year after year. You only want to do it for a season or so. You only want to do that for a short period of time, and then pull it all out, and then replant something else, something that's not in the same family. That's super important. And then let me give you an example. I used zucchini as a couple of minutes ago. All right, so you're planting zucchini. Don't go planting pumpkins. Don't go planting summer squash. Don't go planting spaghetti squash. They're all in the same type of family. Instead, pull all those out. That's where you can put your tomatoes. Or that's where you can put your dill. Or that's where you can put your cucumbers. You see, so that's where rotating your crops is extremely important and something that you have to pay attention to.